my second time.
Jako sam uzbuđen što sam ponovo ovdje u Srbiji, ovo je moj drugi put.
I want to thank so much Samuel and Sashko and all the people who made this possible for this trip here in Serbia.
I želim da se zahvalim puno Samuelu i Sašku koji su omogućili ovo moje putovanje ovdje u Srbiju.
And I just want you to know that I'm just like you.
I želim samo da znate da sam ja isti kao i vi.
I'm not a superhero.
Ja nisam neki superheroj.
And I've not come here to stir up national pride, but rather give a message of hope to anyone who needs some hope.
I nisam došao ovdje da bih podstakao neki nacionalni ponos, već sam došao da podelim poruku nade sa svima onima kojima je potrebna nada.
No matter where I go, we all need encouragement.
Bez obzira gde otišao, svima nam je potrebna nada.
And it is my honor to come back to the heritage of my blood back here in Serbia, to encourage everyone here, and especially the next generation, to never give up.
I moja je čast što mogu ponovo da se vratim u zemlju svojih predaka, da ohrabrim posebno ovu sljedeću generaciju da nikada ne odustaju.
I am honored here as well with the presence of my mom and my dad here to my left, Boro i Duška.
Velika mi je čast što su i moji mama i tata, ovdje su mama, Boro i Duška.
You know, when I was born, they didn't know that I was going to have no limbs.
I kada sam se rodio, oni nisu znali uopšte da ja neću imati ni ruke ni noge.
So when they saw me for the first time,
pa kada su me ugledali prvi put,
they didn't know what kind of hope I would ever have in my life, and how could they raise such a child.
Nisu znali uopšte kakvu bih nadu ja mogao imati u životu i kako uopšte da odgajaju tako dete.
So people ask my parents, how did you do it?
I zato ljudi pitaju moje roditelje kako ste to učinili.
People ask me, how did you get through your depression?
Ljudi pitaju mene kako si ti prošao kroz svoju depresiju.
And we both say that it's with God one day at a time.
Ali i oni i ja kažemo uvijek sa Bogom, jedan po jedan korak.
I can't do it on my own.
Ja to sam ne mogu da učinim.
And it's okay to know that we can't do it on our own.
To je u redu i znati da ne možemo sami to da učinimo.
We can't ignore our fears.
Ne možemo da ignorišemo naše strahove.
We can't overcome some depression of ours.
Niti možemo da prevaziđemo neku našu depresiju.
You can't get over maybe some loss that you've had in your life.
Ne možete da čak pređete ni preko nekog gubitka koji ste možda doživjeli u životu.
And God doesn't promise a smooth life.
I Bog nam ne obećava neki gladak život bez problema.
But He promises a purpose in your life.
Ali obećava da ima cilj za tvoj život.
That sometimes doesn't always make sense.
I možda to neće vam zvučati logično uvek u svakom trenutku.
But when you keep on seeking Him,
ali ako nastavite da tražite Boga,
you can find peace and joy that nothing can ever give you.
Sigurno ćete naći mir i radost koju ništa drugo ne može da vam pruži.
Money,
ni novac,
drugs,
droga,
sex, alcohol, pornography, fame,
slava
and fortune
i bogatstvo
will never give you what you're looking for.
Nikada vam ništa od toga neće pružiti ono što tražite.
And love is the greatest thing that I found.
I ljubav je najveća stvar koju sam ja pronašao.
As you probably heard, I am really much celebrating the pregnancy of my wife. We have a son on the way.
Kao što ste verovatno čuli, ja slavim što je moja supruga u drugom stanju i sin će da nam stigne uskoro.
And we actually had an ultrasound done just on Monday.
I baš u ponedeljak smo išli na ultrazvuk.
It was the third ultrasound.
To je bio treći ultrazvuk.
And these doctors we never met before, these new ones, they said, so you didn't take a test to make sure that your child's not Down syndrome or have any intellectual disabilities.
I neki novi lekari su se pojavili koje nismo nikada ranije upoznali, pa su pitali, znači niste uradili nikakve testove da vidite da li će vaše dete možda imati neki Downov sindrom ili neko oštećenje mentalno?
Most parents want to know.
Zato što većina roditelja želi da zna.
Some parents abort.
I neki roditelji čak abortiraju dete.
And me and my wife, we chose not to take the test at all.
Ali moja žena i ja uopšte nismo ni želeli da se podvrgnemo takvim testovima.
Even if our child ever had an intellectual disability, he's still God's creation.
Jer čak i ako naše dete možda bude imalo neki hendikep, to i dalje znači da je Božje stvorenje.
You know, the chances of me being born this way was very, very small.
Znate da su šanse da se ja ovakav rodim bile jako, jako male.
And even smaller are the chances that my son would have no arms, no legs.
I još su manje šanse da moj sin nema ruke i noge.
Well, he does have arms and legs.
Ali on ipak ima i ruke i noge.
10 prst, right? 10 fingers and 10 toes.
I 10 prstiju na rukama i na nogama.
And he looks healthy.
Izgleda zdravo.
And I just want people to see my life, that dreams can come true.
I ja samo želim da ljudi vide moj život, da snovi se zaista ostvaruju.
But even if your goals and dreams don't turn out the way that you plan, know that it's not a mistake, you're still here for a reason.
Ali znajte da čak i ako vaši snovi i vaše nade se ne ostvare onako kako ste vi to želeli, to ne znači da je greška, već i dalje postojite na ovoj zemlji s razlogom.
I want to share with you something.
Želim sa vama da podelim nešto.
I've spoken across 43 countries.
Govorio sam u 43 zemlje.
1,500 times.
1500 puta.
I've met 7 presidents.
Upoznao sam se sa nekoliko predsjednika.
Not of America, but different presidents around the world.
Ne predsjednika Amerike, ali različiti predsjednici širom sveta.
And 5 congresses around the world.
I 5 kongresa širom sveta.
I've met orphans.
Sreo sam i siročane.
I've met sex slaves.
Sreo sam i robove, seksualne robove.
I've seen the highs and I've seen the lows.
Video sam i ono najvišlje i ono najniže.
But I need to tell you something that's true.
Ali moram da vam kažem nešto što je istina.
For me, I have never been touched like I was touched when I came to Serbia for the very first time in 2008.
Za mene nikada me nije još dotaklo nešto kao što me je dotaklo kada sam prvi put došao u Srbiju 2008. godine.
I can't explain it.
Ne mogu to da objasnim.
But one afternoon we went to an orphanage here in Serbia.
Ali jednog popodneva otišli smo u sirotište ovde u Srbiji.
There were about 40 kids.
I tamo se nalazilo oko 40-ak dece.
And we were playing football a little bit.
Igrali smo malo fudbal.
I was showing them how I wrote with my foot.
Pokazao sam im kako ja baratam sa mojim stopalom.
They were all amazed.
I svi su bili zapanjeni.
And some of these kids were orphans because their fathers and mothers aren't the fathers and mothers they need to be.
I neka od te dece su siročad zato što njihovi otac ili majka nisu otac ili majka kakvi bi trebali da budu.
Some of their parents died.
Nekima su roditelji umrli.
And I looked at these kids.
I pogledao sam tu decu.
And I said, naše deco nema mama i nema tata. And it just hit me so deep to say, these are from my homeland. I need to help Serbia in any way I can.
I to me je jako pogodilo kada sam shvatio da to su deca moje domovine i ja moram da pomognem deci u Srbiji.
My parents were poor.
Moji roditelji su bili siromašni.
They would sometimes only eat bread and drink water.
Ponekad su imali samo da jedu hleb i da piju vodu.
And they came to Australia with nothing.
I došli su u Australiju, nisu imali ništa.
And I've seen that with faith in God, even the worst situation can be turned into something beautiful.
I ja sam video da zaista sa verom u Boga čak i najgora situacija može da se pretvori u nešto predivno.
So in your life,
I zato u tvom životu
have that perspective.
gledaj stvari sa takve tačke gledišta.
In the opportunities and stories that you publicize within Serbia,
Da li postoje možda neke prilike, neke priče koje vi možete da proklamujete ovde u Srbiji?
it's always easy to find a negative story.
Uvijek je lako naći neku negativnu priču.
I'm having a hard time trying to get on American media
Meni je jako teško da se pojavim u američkim medijima.
because bad news is always better than good news for media.
Zato što za medije loša vest je uvijek mnogo bolja nego dobra vest.
But I want to tell you something.
Ali želim ipak nešto da vam kažem.
The first step that I came out of depression was when my mom showed me a newspaper clipping.
Prvi korak koji me izveo iz depresije je bilo kada je moja majka meni pokazala jedan isečak iz novina.
It was a story about a man in a wheelchair.
To je bila priča o čoveku koji je bio u invalidskim kolicima.
And it was a positive, inspiring story.
I to je bila jako pozitivna, nadahnjujuća priča.
She said, look,
Ona je rekla, pogledaj.
he doesn't even know why he was born that way.
I on ne zna zašto je rođen takav.
You're not alone.
Ti nisi sam o tome.
That's what I think every human being wants to hear and know, that we're never alone.
I zato verujem da svako ljudsko biće želi da čuje i da zna da mi nismo nikada sami.
We want to hope
Mi želimo nadu.
as people,
Kao ljudi.
as a nation.
Kao nacija.
But we've seen again and again and again, life has just brought the morale down and circumstances have caused many people to say, well, what hope do we have?
Ali videli smo iznova i iznova da je moral opao i da su okolnosti učinile to da ljudi kažu pa kakva nam nada preostaje.
A million people in the